Guys, if your webcam setup still feels like open app, fix the framing, adjust the image, test the mic, and hope everything works when the meeting starts, this tutorial is going to save you a lot of time. Because today we are not doing a traditional review. I'm Daniel, welcome to my channel where I make smart tutorials. We're going straight into how to use Insta360 Link 2 Pro and Link 2C Pro in practice, so you can actually get the most out of them. In this video I'll show you how to set up the webcam, how to use the main smart modes, and how to switch between different working scenarios without wasting time before every call. Also, I've left all the useful links in the description down below, so don't forget to check them out. So folks, let's jump right in. Alright folks, first let's get the webcam connected properly. You mount it on your laptop or display with the magnetic mount, connect it to your computer, and then open the Insta360 controller. This is where most of the important setup happens. Inside the controller, you can adjust your image settings, switch between modes, manage AI behavior, set audio pickup, and save presets for different use cases. Before doing anything else, friends, I check the basics. Make sure the lens is clean, the webcam is mounted securely, and your framing looks right. And instead of adjusting everything manually, you can just raise your palm to start AI tracking, and the camera will automatically follow and keep you properly framed. Now mates, let's set it up for real use. If you're on a normal call, you'll want to choose the correct source inside platforms like Zoom, Teams, Google Meet, WebEx, or OBS. The guide says you should select either Insta360 Link 2 Pro or Link 2C Pro or virtual camera, depending on which features you want to use. For the microphone, you select the webcam itself as the input source. And that leads to an important detail, friends. If you want features like smart whiteboard, background blur or replacement, or natural bokeh inside third-party platforms, you need to switch your camera source to Insta360 Virtual Camera. You can enable it directly inside the controller. There's a virtual camera toggle in the top right corner, and once it's on, those features will show up in your meeting apps. Guys, let me take a little break to ask you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free, but it helps me make even more fun tutorials for you. Thanks! Now let's go through the most useful modes one by one. For people who move while presenting, the Link 2 Pro gives you AI tracking through the 2-axis gimbal. That means the webcam can physically follow you more naturally during presentations or teaching sessions. On the Link 2C Pro, you get auto-framing instead, so the camera keeps you centered without physical movement. That makes the workflow a bit simpler, especially for desk-based calls. Another feature I'd absolutely show here is gesture control, because it makes the whole setup faster during real use. There are 3 gesture controls available, and one of the most useful ones is the peace sign, which can activate whiteboard mode directly. There's also gesture-based control for smart framing behavior, which helps when you don't want to stop and click through the software in the middle of a presentation. Speaking of that, folks, whiteboard mode is one of the strongest tutorial moments in this product. The webcam can enhance the whiteboard and keep it clearer for the viewer, and you can now activate it with a hand gesture without needing markers or the controller in the basic flow. If gesture activation is not accurate enough, you can switch to Smart Whiteboard mode inside the controller for automatic framing from different distances. Then there's Desk View mode, which is really useful if you want to show notes, sketches, products, or anything happening on your desk. On Link 2 Pro, the camera automatically tilts down for an overhead view. On Link 2C Pro, you need to adjust the mount manually and then change the angle inside the controller. So the feature exists on both, but the workflow is a little different. For visual polish mates, you can also show natural bokeh, background blur, background replacement, or even use the built-in green screen feature for a more professional-looking setup. But again, these software-driven effects are tied to virtual camera in third-party apps, so that's worth mentioning directly in the tutorial. Now, here's a feature that makes this much more practical in daily use – Scene presets. Presets can now store camera angles, visual effects, image settings, AI modes, and even virtual backgrounds in a single preset. So instead of redoing your setup every time, you can make one preset for meetings, one for close-up demos, one for desk view, and one for presentation mode. during a live session or call, that can save a lot of time. And guys, for an even smoother workflow, there's also remote smartphone control, which lets you use your phone or tablet as a remote. You can switch modes, adjust parameters, and on the Pro version even control gimbal movement more easily. But your phone and computer should be on the same Wi-Fi network for this to work properly. One more useful thing to mention in the tutorial is audio. Inside the controller you can choose between different pickup modes depending on your environment. And this actually makes a noticeable difference, especially with noise reduction. So I'll quickly show you how each mode sounds and how it handles background noise in real situations.
Okay, so the design will be with natural lights and plants to create a space that feels more alive and peaceful.
I'll give a quick overview of the concept, then we'll look at the details together. The goal is simple: a space that feels premium, functional, and welcoming. Let's begin with the main floor plan.
So if I were showing this in a screencast, friends, I'd structure the demo like this. First, the basic setup in the controller, then correct camera source selection, then AI tracking or auto-framing, then whiteboard mode, then desk view, then virtual camera effects, and finally scene presets to tie the whole workflow together. Because that's really the point of this webcam. Not just giving you a better picture, but making it easier to switch between different ways of working without rebuilding your setup every single time. Alright guys, let's wrap this up. What makes Insta360 Link 2 Pro and Link 2C Pro work well for a tutorial-style video is that they are not built around just one feature. The real value is in how the different modes, controls and presets come together into one smoother workflow. The Link 2 Pro makes the most sense if you want the more advanced setup with gimbal-based tracking and more dynamic control. The Link 2C Pro feels better if you want a simpler workflow with smart framing and less setup complexity. Now, one more thing worth mentioning. If you like the overall experience, but don't necessarily need all the Pro features, the previous gen Link 2 is still a really solid option. So, folks, if you want a webcam that does more than just sit there and stream video, this is the kind of setup that can genuinely improve how you teach, present, record, and work on calls. And if you're thinking about upgrading, take a look at the links below. From June 23rd to July 4th, the Prime Day offer brings the Insta360 Link 2 Pro down to $199.99 with 20% off. If you're excited to try it out or have already used it and have some thoughts to share, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful and subscribe for more tutorials. Thanks for watching. Until next time.